The Shining is a psychological horror film directed by Stanley Kubrick, released in 1980 and based on Stephen King's novel. The story follows Jack Torrance, a former teacher and aspiring writer, who takes a job as a winter janitor at the Overlook Hotel with his family. As the hotel becomes increasingly sinister, Jack is consumed by its malevolent influence, endangering his wife, Wendy, and son, Danny, who possess the gift of telepathy. The film explores themes of madness, isolation, and the supernatural, culminating in an intense and frightening climax in the desert hotel during a snowstorm. Despite not winning awards at major competitions, such as the Oscars, The Shining has been recognized in various other contexts. For example, in 1981, Jack Nicholson received a Golden Globe nomination for the Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama for his performance as Jack Torrance. In addition, the film won several minor awards and honors in film festival and horror film award ceremonies. We will now go over some differences between the film and the book, starting with room 237. The room populated by the spirit of the young old lady is also there in the novel, but the number was changed because the manager of the hotel where part of the film was shot wanted to use a non-existent room, and so from 217 the room became 237. Here, this will leave many of you shocked. The terrifying Grady twins, protagonists of one of the most famous and quoted scenes in the film, are not present in the book. Or rather, they are there, but they never appear in the hotel corridors to ask poor Danny to play with them forever. In the novel, they are not twins, but they are 8 and 10 years old. They recall the fact that their father, the former hotel janitor, killed them, possessed by the hotel evil force. Yes, in the book there is not even this very famous scene of the elevator vomiting blood. Clearly, there is a perfect sequences for cinema, so shocking and impactful. The scene was difficult to pull off. Director and crew had to create a special mechanism for the elevator, but Kubrick has more than stated that it became his favorite. Possessed by the hotel evil influence, Jack is determined to correct his family and sacrifice everything for the hotel's power. His mind is completely distorted and bereft of any remnant of rationality, and he completely indulges in his homicidal madness, as we can see in these scenes. In both the novel and its transposition, Jack Torrance is a writer who would like, during his stay at the Overlook Hotel, to finish his book. But during his stay here, he decided to change the subject, dedicating the book precisely to the hotel. The impact of the scrapbook on his psyche is an extremely important passage in the novel because, together with the ever-present ghost of the hotel, it absorbs him completely, and is what finally brings him to the brink of madness. The character created by King, compared to the one in the film, is much more layered and in-depth. Jack is a troubled character, but one who still wants to do his best for his family, whereas the one played by Jack Nicholson seems more like someone who is already mentally disturbed and who, over the course of the film, struggles to keep his more violent side from overwhelming him. In the film, we have a crazed Jack chasing his son in a perfectly constructed and extremely distressing sequences into the maze in front of the hotel. The child managed to muddle his trail and lose his father, leaving him imprisoned in the maze to freeze to death, only to be reunited with his mother and escapes together. Instead, the chase between father and son in the novel takes place between the hotel corridors. Jack, armed with his rocket bath, is trying to kill Danny, who must also escape the animated animal-shaped hedges. One of the Jack's duties as janitor of the hotel is to lower the pressure of the boiler, but caught up in a murderous rage, the man forgets to check it, and the boiler explodes and destroys the hotel. His figure remains as one of the hotel's dark presences, symbolizing the corrupt power and endless evil that resides within. Your arms